thought it might be helpful to take a minute to run through our growing range of products, because when you look on the website and see all of these different cans, it can be a little bit overwhelming if you're not initiated. So let's begin with the original Aircontopup product, the R134A blue can, which is designed to regas conventional R134A systems prevalent up to about 2016. Then we've got our green can, which is a R134A compatible leak stopper and seal conditioner product. That pairs up basically with the blue can. And of course our freshener product, which we call Aircon Bomb, which can be let off inside the car to circulate and really freshen up the system, get rid of bacteria, that kind of thing. This is compatible with every aircon system, regardless of gas type or whatever else. So that's been in the core range from the start. Moving on, we would look at the purple can, which is a large can of R1234YF compatible refrigerant, which is designed for use with cars starting around 2016. Again, check our documentation and your own car's sticker for information about that. But that's designed for those, and that pairs up with the yellow can, which is the seal and O-ring conditioner stop leak product. Effectively the partner to the green can, but in the opposite gas. So really, those 5 products form the core of the Aircontopup range. Let's run through hose usage on those. So with the R134A product, which is the blue and green can, we would use the yellow Aircontopup hose, and you'll notice our hose has a extra long fitting, which makes awkward cars much easier. Some of them have a really short fitting, which in practice is hard to use, and we also have a pre-retracted fitting, so you can just push that onto the car. Again, sounds like a small point. When you come to do the job, you really appreciate that. The blue hose is designed for use with the R1234YF products. You can really tell the difference there, visual difference between the yellow and the blue. All the same features, just a slightly different size of end fitting, so you can't mix the two up. So that's that. Moving on, with modern electric vehicles, the lubrication is slightly different, the formulation is slightly different, so you don't get exactly the same compatibility. So we produced a bespoke range of Aircontopup products for electric vehicles. So you can see these because they have the little plug icon and the green moniker on the front there, and they're listed separately on eBay, on Amazon, on the website, etc. But essentially you can see the similarity. So blue can for R134, blue can with the green moniker for electric, and the same with green can R134 but with the electric moniker. And then the same thing where you've got the purple R1234YF product but with the green legend, and the same in stop leak and hose conditioner where you've got the green legend to denote electric car usage. So that's basically those. We have a range of specialist products as well, and I think we should cover those next. So for this, we would take a look at our oil charge. This is a commonly requested product where customers have replaced compressors with brand new compressors with no oil in them, or perhaps where they've changed fundamental components, condensers, piping after accident damage, this kind of thing, and conventional, our competitors effectively, only have these products, the standard non-oil based products. So previously it's been difficult because you've had to add separate oil into the car along with the regas. Well, now you can do it effectively all in one go. It is important not to use this product if you don't need to use it. It's not a case of if some is good, more must be better. If you don't have oil because you know you've dropped the oil, modified the system, you should use this. 42 grams of oil in this can, along with a modest recharge, enough to get the compressor working. So that's R134A in the red can, and equivalent in the R1234YF, denoted by the brown can. These are resealable cans, so if you wanted to use half the oil, you absolutely can. You can see the top looks like it's already pierced on the video compared to our normal cans, which have the seal in the top of them. But this type of can is designed to be used with either of the two hoses for R134 and R1234YF for the resealable cans, or alternatively you can use the new trigger hose style for, again, you can see the yellow to yellow. This is the R134 hose, the yellow body, and the blue one is the R1234YF hose. So those pair up. Note that these trigger style hoses aren't compatible with the Pierce type cans, but these type of hoses are compatible with all of the cans, the traditional style. There is a small caveat to that, which won't be a problem in practice, and that is if you are using one of these conventional style hoses along with the resealable type cans, if you try and administer maximum gas flow by unscrewing the tap all the way, you'll actually cut the gas flow off. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. You should be moderating the gas flow in accordance with our other videos as we explain the procedure. So in practice it's not an issue, but I thought it was just worth mentioning. So that's the two oil charge products. Okay, so moving on again in the specialist range, let's look at our amazing new AC weld. This is such an exciting product for Aircontopup. As I explained before, we've previously had leak stopper and seal conditioner, which is a fantastic product where a car leaks down over an extended period of time. You know, maybe you regas it in May and then by August, you know, the thing is starting to drop the pressure off. That's an ideal candidate for leak stop. What if your car leaks down 2 days after you've regassed it? That's a much more serious leak that a seal conditioner won't handle. And that's why you would need AC weld. So the first point, as usual, a bit of a theme going on. We have an R134 and an R1234 based product. And it's a two-step in both of the types. Resealable cans, so all the same points apply. You can use with the trigger or you can use with the traditional style hose. But point one, it must be used as a system. You can't just buy one of these two cans and use it independently. You have to use both. The next point is that your car must leak down in about 1 to 7 days from fully charged, from working, for this to be a candidate for really working well. If you put an Aircon Regas in and you hear it leaking out, that's a really serious leak. No chemical repair is going to fix that. And of course, if it leaks down, as I previously explained, in 2 months, you probably don't need this. You might get away with the seal conditioner. So let's assume you've got a car that leaks down 1 to 7 days. You'd begin by administering the full dryer product. What this does, takes the moisture out of the system in preparation for step 2, and any moisture that is there, it turns it into a synthetic lubricant. Okay, once you've done that, change the cans, administer step 2, the sealer, running them in between. We'll go through that in a video in the future, but essentially once you've put those two in, you'll have a modest recharge around 300 grams. Check the spec on each can, and it will be enough to have the system running. Let that circulate and that should be it. You should get a repair out of that. That is a really revolutionary product and something we're excited to bring. Okay, let's move on now to our final few products. Our Aircon Black label, which is an unbelievably cold formula for R134 cars. So that's kind of in this line, you know, the standard blue can or the uprated super powerful black can. It is more expensive, but this is a really dense formula that really will, you know, cold the aircon up and make it much more pleasant. So that's a very popular product for us. And for a customer who isn't sure about gas type, or a dealer who just wants to have a system on hand that will regas any car, we do Uni-Chill. So the Uni-Chill product will work with both R134 and R1234YF. Literally that one can will do both, which is quite an interesting concept. Now that does need to be used with the black hose if you want to be able to regas both types of car with one hose, because of course the fittings are different on the end. So if you buy the Uni-Chill kit, you'd get Uni-Chill and black hose, and you're able to take off the adapter, which enables you to use R134 or R1234YF. So that gives you the full gamut of compatibility by using that adapter. Of course, if you had either of these two hoses already, then there's nothing to stop you at all from using the yellow hose on Uni-Chill for 134, and of course the blue hose for 1234YF. But do bear in mind, with it being a Pierce type can, you can't unscrew the hose off it to change it once you've started. So that is a little limitation there, and perhaps a good reason for choosing the black hose. So just one more set of products to explain, and we're very proud of this one because it's the easiest possible aircon top-up for a beginner. If you've never done this before, this is the product you want to buy. So let's begin with the yellow trigger. So again, really long extension, makes it super easy to fit on the car, and a resealable can, which of course is the absolute ultimate for, you know, sticking it in the garage or changing between different cans, leak stopper and top up. But blue Eskimo-Juice is the equivalent to the R134 product in a resealable super cold formula. You can just screw that straight onto the hose like that. Okay, clip that on the car, trigger to regas. It really is as simple as that. So that's for R134, and we have a matching leak stopper formula in 134 Eskimo-Juice as well. And then switching over to R1234, we have the blue hose, again all the same design, and that's compatible with the purple Eskimo-Juice cans, which work in exactly the same way, along with the yellow Eskimo-Juice 1234 leak stopper formula. I know I've been very quick firing through that rapidly, but there are a lot of cans here. I'm going to leave this video with one final thought. If you're looking at these products and your brain won't let you work out what does what, the way I remember it. Blue is 134, green is 134 top up, and if you look at the range, that, you know, even down to the green background here for 134 in this, and the blue background, it's a what's the word for it? A continuing theme. And the same thing in purple, R1234, and yellow R1234, and again that follows through yellow and purple, and the same thing with the Eskimo-Juice and even the electric. So if somebody gives you a green can, instantly I know that's a stop leak for 134 in some way, electric in this case. So that's how I remember it. If you look on our support page, we've got lots of other help, instructions, specifics, and other videos explaining procedure, but there's your range overview as we stand at the moment.